What's up, everybody? Dog 1985. There's levels to this. Oh my God, there's so many levels to this, and you didn't let the levels cook. So now I gotta do this. I gotta make this video, even though I didn't want to do it just yet because you couldn't just let it breathe. You couldn't just let it breathe, man. Doc, what are you talking about? Okay, all right. We all know that Asus, okay, calls the ROG Ally. I gotta say ROG Ally because some people get their feelings hurt if I say the ROG Ally. So, okay, Asus calls the ROG Ally a handheld console. We know that this is what Asus calls this, right? Now, me and King Thrash, I gotta keep mentioning this dude's name because you guys wouldn't let it breathe so that I could have the glorious moment that I wanted. But no, we gotta do it this way, okay? Me and King Thrash were going back and forth as to whether or not this was a PC or a handheld until he showed me that Asus calls this a handheld console. So if Asus is calling this a handheld console and Asus are the people that made this, how am I going to argue against him? How am I going to argue against somebody that wants to believe what the company is telling them? It makes sense. That's the ponies flat out believe everything that Sony tells them. They believe it. Right? They believe that remasters should cost $70. They believe that games should be expensive. They believe they believe it. They believe that they want another Last of Us. They believe it because Sony tells them this is what they do. They're used to believing what the company tells them without any remorse. I'm not that dude. That's why as soon as I realized how much Xbox was lying to me, I'm gone, bro. That's why I went and got the PC, right? Okay, Game Pass still hasn't lied to me. I'm still getting the value out of Game Pass, so I'm gonna rep Game Pass all day. But regardless, Asus says that this is a handheld gaming console. King Thrash pointed out that Asus said that. How am I gonna argue with him? I bet this is a handheld gaming console. Bet anybody that has ever used the ROG Ally knows that this is a freaking PC. Come on now, you know that this is a PC. But again, if Asus is calling it a console, what are we going to do? So what is Doc going to do? You think I'm just going to flat out just take the L and all that other stuff? No, I made my video apologizing because at the end of the day, he's right. He's following what Asus has said. But now I'm going to make that work to my advantage. I'm going to make a disadvantage work to my advantage. So what are you talking about, Doc? Well, guess what? If this is a handheld console, right, then that means that Sony releases games on other consoles other than just Xbox, where MLB The Show. You understand that? So that means that Sony has no console exclusives. None at all. No console exclusives at all. No, it doesn't. That means that again, there's Sony releases games. I'm trying to slow this down for you on other consoles if you're going to consider this a console. So you have two choices. You either agree that this is a gaming PC and King Thrash is wrong, right? Or you agree that it's a handheld console and Sony does release games on other consoles. Either way, I win. I'm going to change the rules to benefit me regardless. Either way, I win. But I wanted to do this a lot more gracefully, with a lot more fun. You guys know how I do. You guys know that I troll. You guys know that I like to have fun. You guys know that I like to laugh. But people couldn't just let this live for the simple reason, right? That all I did to this was put a Steam wallpaper from Wallpaper Engine, which, again, the console players have no idea what that is. They have no idea what that is because they don't use Steam. And to be fair, I didn't know what it was either until somebody said, "Hey, Doc, that's your wallpaper. You got to change it." And when I went to Steam Wallpaper and I was looking at all the wallpapers that they got, oh my God, they have a Sony wallpaper. Which I was like, holy cow, that's crazy, right? So, with that Sony wallpaper, people thought I was streaming PlayStation 5 when I said that my gaming console, my handheld console, is better than your PlayStation Portal. They were like, I can stream it too with a portal. We'll have to speed back. Listen. I'm not streaming games on this. I'm not even modding this. All this is a wallpaper from PlayStation. That's all this is, right? But you know what's not fake? You know what's not modded? You know what's not anything? I don't know if you can see that, but that's Ratchet and Clank. That's Death Stranding right there. That's Uncharted Legacy of Thieves. I have Horizon Zero Dawn on here. These are PlayStation games that I'm playing on another console. So now you got to decide, is this a console or a PC? Regardless, I win. Because if it's a PC, and now you're agreeing that it's a PC, you should see the thousands of people that watch the King Thrash video that are agreeing with him and leaving comments on, yeah, you school doc and all that sort of stuff. Okay, idiots, now what? Is it still a console? It's cool. If it's still a console, that's fine. But if it's a PC, then we got some problems. But you guys wouldn't even let it rock, man. You guys, how do you guys not know that? How do you guys not know me, especially on Twitter? Yeah, I know that's why I do most of my trolling. I even sang a song. I try to leave so many hits. I literally told people to retweet it back to people, letting them know, like, hey, let it go. Let it go. It's going to help us out in the end. And then they just kept going until finally somebody brought up Starfield. And that's where I broke. That's where I broke, because Starfield be catching strays left and right this entire generation. Oh my goodness, bro. Nobody could ever let that game live, bro. It's crazy. So the joke is over. I was trying to figure out a way to make it really clever and make it enjoyable and make it fun, make people laugh, right? You guys know I like to make people laugh. But now no more. It is what it is, right? If you guys see me trolling, like, come on, man. You guys should be able to figure this out by now, man, when I'm trolling and when I'm not. But if you can't, I guess it is my fault regardless. Anyways, anybody that has ever used an Asus ROG Ally, you know and I know that this is a PC. Come on now. We're not stupid. We know this is a PC. But Asus calls it a handheld console. So now are we going to believe whatever these companies identify it as to what it is? Because we could play that game. That's all I'm saying. That's the only thing I was getting at, is that be careful the slope that you go down through. If you're going to go down the slope as to just believing what somebody tells you something is, even though it's clearly something else, be careful. There was even a dude that said, if I take a poop and I tell you it's ice cream, is it still poop? Is it still ice cream just because I tell you to? And I was like, man, this dude is getting it, but he's not getting it, that I'm getting the same thing that he's getting. But it is what it is. Dog 1985. There's levels to this. Guys, I'm not streaming PlayStation games on this. I'm going to play PlayStation games downloaded to the hardware. This is better than a PS Portal. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You got to be a fool to think that just because of haptic feedback, the PS Portal is better than the Asus ROG Ally. You got to be, bro, that is crazy. And if someone was to dare to tell me that, well, it better be better because it's $700. A PlayStation Portal, $700 as well, idiot. You can't use it without a PlayStation. Oh my God, bro. These people are so... I don't even want to be mad. We out. Peace.